Pictures tonight of the tragic plane crash in Kiunga. Telefomin MP urges government to build more roads. And striking doctors told to return to work.
This is National EMTV News with Lorraine Genia.
Good evening and welcome to Saturday's news. PNG Air Crash Investigation Commission has commenced a full investigation into the fatal aviation accident. Chief Executive Officer David Inau said 2 investigators were dispatched to Kiunga and are now on site. The aircraft and engine manufacturers have been contacted, and the company will also send a representative to assist with the investigations. Authorities and relatives in Kiunga have confirmed the 11 passengers in the fatal plane crash on Wednesday are from Divanup and Ranimup villages in Oksampin LLG of Telefomin District in the Sundown Province. They all died, including the Australian pilot, when the A. Britain Norman Islander aircraft operated by Sunbird Aviation crashed just before landing at Kiunga Airport. Authorities confirmed of the 12 deceased, 8 died instantaneously upon impact. The others survived and were airlifted to a hospital where they later died.
It is a heartbreaking sight. The plane was just seconds away from the tarmac. Some of them were coming into Kiunga with vegetables to sell at the market. Now those, along with all their belongings, are left behind. The doctor in charge of Kiunga District Hospital confirmed 3 children were among the dead.
3 children. 2 are below the age of 10 and 1 a toddler.
They were with their mother on their way to Tabubil via Kiunga to visit their father, who works with OTML. For those who played a part in retrieving the bodies, seeing the death of such young children was too much.
I mean, me personally, probably the toughest thing I saw all day was, a stretcher coming in from the scene with 3 pickaninnies on it. It was quite hard to deal with, especially having 2 girls of my age.
Another father, Obet Egan, also an employee of OTML, mourns the death of his 18-year-old daughter, Memories, his last-born child.
Lo abin 5 o'clock, all talking yourself. Beginning name crash one them. Palos lang here. So we make sim display, me shock one them, me club lumbasi come down. On the way, me carry and bagrap ken, amigo bacon, amigo sleep as the long. Morning or bringing me come down. Stop layer, me like thinking logo looking dead bottom beginning. All talk no word lo me. The mixing big highway, warrior on display.
For now, the bodies are state property, and investigations have begun, which will include post-mortem. Dr. Plinduo confirms there were 3 initial survivors.
First casualty, when it came around, actually came into the hospital, was confirmed dead on arrival. So, and then the second one, when they arrived, took the last gasp here in the hospital, and when we were trying to manage him, we lost a person. So those were the 2 males, and the third one was a female. She came in with the airway totally compromised, and there was, according to the doctor who was attending to the female, the deceased, the survivor at that time, confirmed that he had a bad chest injury. While we were trying to manage and stabilize, she also passed away. So we were not given ample time in terms of the condition of the patient that were brought.
A team from the Accidents Investigation Commission have been on the ground since Thursday. They, along with local CID personnel, have begun investigations to determine the cause of the plane crash. Sarah Aupong, National EMTV News.
And to another story in Kiunga. Because the plane was so close to the runway before it crashed, many people witnessed those last few minutes. EMTV caught up with some of them, one as a relative of the victims and others employees of an exploration setup managed by Repsol, formerly Talisman Energy. Here they recount what they witnessed and how they reacted.
She had blown any like go on top lick, name is Sujim Godan. Godan, I'm Godan on ground.
Me looking, I'm dead, broken making some, I'm diving inside. And we call no, me talk or some. Balls crash, for blood.
So the pilot that flew the helicopter down there circled the sort of area and saw that the plane had broken up. Could see that there was certainly some passengers that were out on the ground.
Doctor, or maybe some stranger, fire, bush knife, or crab and chopper. So
we put together a bit of a rescue team, and probably within 10 minutes of the crash actually occurring, we had a paramedic at the scene of the crash site with some support.
Now, Milusi Mogata something now, me to me, Ron, I got master point where me blogata savabung. Now, me Ron, go antaplo up. Now, Toksave come and kisi Mogata workman. So, me blogata rasco antaplo up. From there, me walk out logate. Helmet one time, uniform one time, boot one time, me walk out logate now. Okay, start from there, me go down low. Air strip, me start run low up. Me run, me go. Come up low, end low. Airport, Abrusim Airport, me walk about go down. Na lo disla up, time me bla lagoya, we wara am tight nice tap. Na me run. In the mitasol me run all kada all man meri sablebot. All me bla kada me bla bin run ko kona. Come up last playboat na me bla like go upside, but I got swarmy stop. So me bla Lucy Mogata clothes, mobile phone, charger, butu me bla rausim Lucy lo hap now. Me toki mo loke biani mina kam so me first dive ko dan lo warana swim me go. So me stop so me bla ras mo long chin import na me bla bin swim na go upside. Iko ko na time me bla ron lo rotiet lo warayet me bla lukim. Choba tu em go upside finish.
We started preparing at about 3 o'clock when we got the confirmation of.
Now all got some new kako. Now all man me all beginning all line knife. Now walk long, rushing all man inside the balus na.
We got early response back that there were 3 survivors, 3 people alive. All of our efforts went into caring for and managing those 3 survivors.
Triple life man, we brought rushing, put them under blow, stranger, put them one by one, look, put them in chopper, come lose him, and then maybe help me triple and start triple life man, and maybe come with that.
20 minutes later, after being informed, we started receiving the casualties.
The guys here immediately sprung into action, and I'm extremely proud of what they did on the day.
The plane crash on Wednesday has raised concerns for the construction of roads from Tabubil to Telefomin, including the Oksampin local level government areas. Local MP Solan Mirsim said over years people have been heavily depending on third airline operators because the district is isolated and with no road access. And the plane crash near Kiunga is a signal for the national government to seriously consider building a road to Telefomin.
Mr. Mirisim, while conveying his condolences to the families of the 12 deceased, including the Australian pilot, says the national government seriously needs to consider building good road infrastructure to the Telefomin district.
I am also appealing to the Onildian government to seriously commit funds to assist deliver missing links and the roads that have been proposed, especially the road that has been proposed. Taubel Telefomin Oksampin Road is one of those 6 missing links in the country.
From a Seve Tabubil to Oksampin is approximately 180 kilometers. It will cost approximately 120 million kina to link Tabubil to Oksampin. Because of the district's isolation and limited road access, Mr. Mirisim says they will continue to use the third airline as the transport. The plane crash on Wednesday was the fifth in a space of 10 years.
And those who have assisted in one way or the other to retrieve all the bodies and get them to the morgue, I would like to thank them for the efforts they put in to assist.
The 12 passengers who died in the crash are from the same village of Divanap in Oksapmin.
Extend my deepest condolences on the loss of my people from Divanap village, all from Divanap village, Oksapmin LLG in Telefomin district.
Quinten Alom, National EMTV News.
We'll take a break and be back with the day's other stories. Welcome back to Saturday's news. Over 1,500 people attended the Trukai Field Day yesterday at the company's Arup farm. The day promoted Trukai and other business houses involved in the growth of the agricultural sector. Rice cultivation and landowner cooperatives took centre stage, and Trukai also announced its continued support for women in agriculture. Bethany Harriman with this report from Leh.
Trukai's Field Days always attracts many participants in the Papua New Guinea agricultural sector. Yesterday, the day saw many business houses display what they had to offer in the sector, a sector that will grow because of national government's increasing budget allocations to support the industry.
In any agricultural development program.
Trukai, the country's leading rice producer, announced yesterday at the Field Day that it will continue to fund the non-governmental organization Women in Agriculture.
They govern the use of what's that used for, but the expectation is that goes into some of the administrative costs of running the organisation, also support for any training and extension and resources that they need.
The deal was part of a 5-year agreement worth 200,000 kina. This is the fourth installment of 40,000 kina. Under the main arena tent, the political presence was felt. Agricultural Minister Tommy Tomskol, Oro Governor Gary Jufa, Morobe Governor Kelly Naru and Nawai MP Gisuwat Sinuin attended the day. In the stall were the companies promoting their products and also cooperatives partnering with Trukai, showing the machinery and training they have received from experts.
Today is the Trukai Field Day. Now it's not just about the stalls and displays, it's also about rice developments. Trukai and local cooperatives are developing and producing rice for the local market. The local market is mainly dominated by rice eaters in Papua New Guinea. Now, the provinces taking part in this program include Oro, West New Britain, Morobe and the Central Province. Bethany Harriman, National EMTV News, Leh.
The role of women in Papua New Guinea is being acknowledged through the formation of women groups in most parts of the country. Yesterday, women in the Kairuku-Hiri electorate in Central Province launched their own association. Through this association, they collectively hope to achieve some of their aspirations, like venturing into small businesses or agricultural activities.
With the launch of the Sirinumudem Women's Association, mothers and young women aim to practice self-reliance in their community. This is the first time such an association was established to pursue the interest of women in the Koyari area, whether in business, agriculture, or the health and education sectors. Local MP Pithay Soaimo challenged the Koyari women to work as a group to improve their living standard and even run community development programs.
By law, yes, we are custodians of your money because you've mandated us to be in such offices. But then again, the expanding and usage of such funding are subject to Public Finances Management Act.
In the past, most men do not consider women as partners in the development of a village or local community. However, this is gradually changing with the creation and recognition of more women's groups. Today, more women are becoming vocal about their interests, especially in rural communities, and an increasing number are stepping forward to support their husbands make ends meet.
That all forming this association. All can stand up, lo fit, lo help him all yet, lo sustain him living, lo hall.
The Sirinumu Dam Women's Association was established in January 2015. It is registered with the Investment Promotion Authority to represent women within the Sirinumu Dam catchment areas. It has over 200 members from 3 local level governments, most of whom are subsistence farmers and involved in inland fishing. The launch was witnessed by hundreds, including Central Governor Kila Hauda.
And now the Cadets Association launched.
Thekla Gunga, National MTV News.
One of Papua New Guinea's main distributors of alcohol, SP Brewery, has launched its newest product on the market. The new cassava beer launched yesterday is set to attract local participation of starch markets to the brewery. Chief Executive Officer Stan Joyce was confident the company's new revenue maker is set to attract lots of local cassava sellers.
This product is produced from ingredients obtained from cassava starch, a new addition to SP Brewery. It's not only a new money maker for the company but also for subsistence farmers. Local farmer Sam Ifid says there have been no good markets for food crops like cassava. With the market now being open, it will help generate income.
Me, I'm community project coordinator. That's so long. Over the 34 years, me work one time online, me place. Problem, me and market. So line lo agriculture na nare go working work agriculture. That's all time all work long and now all money produce in our market. But now, SP Brewery I come one them this la. Ino go through lo agriculture. That's all come direct. One time me lo place. Now me now I'm excited because we have the market.
The newly flavored product, although new in the company's market, the company is also more focused in supporting commercial opportunities for local cassava farmers.
An opportunity for them to grow it and actually realise some value from a crop that at the moment is basically a staple but a very low value. And this will provide opportunity, economic opportunity for many people throughout the country.
Partnerships between SP Brewery and local communities near Morabes-Huon Gulf area are now underway to maintain a continuous supply of cassava. Colin Barilai, National MTV News, Lae.
Air New Guinea prides itself in the cadet programs for pilot and aircraft maintenance engineers. Board Chairman Sir Frederick Rea said the cadet programs are part of a series of trainings Air New Guinea has invested in to train more locals on the job.
Air New Guinea has been rolling out a highly professional and localization training program since independence, among them the cadet programs for pilot and aircraft maintenance engineers. Sir Frederick says they are among the 2,350 nationals, making up 87% of the employees recruited and trained by Air New Guinea. The cadet pilot program has graduated over 80 nationals, with 5 women among them. The cadet aircraft maintenance engineers,
men and women, who now serve in the flight crew of all our aircraft from the Dash 8s to Boeing 767s. We have graduated 5 women, and increasing that number is a high priority.
The Cadet Aircraft Maintenance Engineers program started in 2012 with 12 nationals. Currently, there are 38 cadets in New Zealand undertaking this intensive practical training program.
It is intended to add 12 trainees each year under the 10-year agreement we have with Air New Zealand, meaning that at the end of this agreement, over 100 young Papua New Guineans will be fully trained to be aircraft maintenance.
Sir Frederick says 2 facets of Air New Guinea's training and skilling program reflects the airline's strong commitment to its national employees. This is to ensure Air New Guinea is competent in the international market. Fabian Hakalitz, National MTV News.
While investigation into the Western Highlands Provincial Health Authority is progressing, Health Secretary Pasco Cassava has appealed to members of the Doctors and Nurses Association in Mount Hagen to return to work and serve the people. He said everyone must respect the investigation into serious allegations labelled against the management and board.
The Health Secretary was commenting on the Western Highlands Provincial Health Authority series of allegations, and the appropriate way to address the inquiry was to arrange for independent investigations.
Putting their findings together. So in that joint statement, we encourage all members of the National Doctors Associations and also members of the Nurses Association to continue to serve our people, especially those working in the public hospital in Western Highlands.
Mr. Cassava says legal processes were followed through a petition, with the national government responding with the institution of an investigative team. This is an appropriate process that looks into various claims, disagreements and grievances of staff and management. A report will be submitted and analyzed by the technical experts within the National Health Department and other agencies of state.
The Minister will make an announcement on what actions need to come out from that report. So we encourage all our workers, especially those that are members of the National Doctors Association, to not to mislead our workers, but to allow them to continue their work until the outcome of the investigation.
Mr. Cassava has called for calm, respect, tolerance and maturity from the presidents of the Doctors and Nurses Association. Fabian Hakelitz, National EMTV News.
Trukai Sports is up next. Stay with us for the details.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. Hikari United has bowed out of the OFC Champions League after a devastating 4-0 loss to Wellington FC. The PNG side needed only a draw to qualify for the semi-finals, but were unable to continue their dream after a dismal performance saw Wellington run away with the match. Here are the highlights.
Hikari had been hoping for a positive result after crushing defeats of both Tefana and Suva FA, and started off strongly against a Wellington side that was looking at back-to-back semi-final slots after their own performances in 2015.
That's an easy one for Fergus Neal to take down.
However, in the 20th minute, a goal to Wellington skipper Phil Robertson would set the tone for a tough encounter.
Pretty good now, Jackson, chance and goal! Phil Robertson from inside the 6-yard box, Team Wellington in front.
Only 16 minutes later, Robertson would again double Wellington's lead, making the task even more difficult.
Oh, and it's in! Robertson has two, so to Team Wellington.
Whilst Hikari would instigate a fight back 9 minutes into the second half, Hikari keeper Ishmael Poller's failure at high balls would see Wellington further extend their lead.
Right on Ishmael Polle, there's a problem, and a goal! And Team Wellington disappearing over the hill with Hikari in their rear vision mirror.
The final nail in the coffin coming just after the hour mark. Wellington going 4-0 ahead and destroying Hikari's previous advantage heading into the match.
He's probably got his mind on a hat-trick here. Oh, and Corrales gets Team Wellington's fourth. They're well on their way to the semi-finals. If there was even the faintest of hope for Hikari.
Jeremy Moggy, National EMTV Sports.
The Papua New Guinea SB Hunters are set for the Intra Super Cup Round 7 match against the North Devils tonight at the National Football Stadium in Port Moresby. Coach Michael Marum has made several changes in key positions and is hoping for a win despite the amount of injury concerns in the team.
Adex Wera will celebrate his 50-game mark replacing Stagroth Amin at fullback,
Wartovo Pohara Jr. has been omitted from the squad to give time for him to recover from niggling injuries. The North Devils are coming determined to beat the Hunters on their home turf. Devils defeated Mackay Cutters 32-16 last week and will be looking for another win against the Hunters. The Devils will be fielding a strong team this evening with most of their players from the Melbourne Storm's under-20 team. SP Hunters coach Michael Marum said they will be playing their simple style of football this afternoon.
Normal game plan. Yeah, no, last week we changed our game. Okay, we wanted to go with a new, not new game plan, but just bit one or two changes to where we get off our red sets and going to a green zone. But yeah, no, we just have to complete our sets first before we do that. But yeah, no, just similar game plan to last weekend, apart from dropping balls in.
And that ends Trukai Sports. The weather details when we return.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Taking a look at the weather forecast for tonight and tomorrow in the southern region. Cloudy with some showers for Port Moresby and Daru, showers for Kerma, and a shower or two for Alotau and Popondetta. In the Momase region, a shower or two for Lae City and mostly fine in Madang, Wewak and Vanimore. In the New Guinea Islands, mostly fine for Lorengau, Kokopo, Rabaul and Kimbe, a shower or two for Kavieng and cloudy in Buka. And a shower or two then morning fog for all centres in the Highlands region. And that's how it is this Saturday for National EMTV News. Until next time, I'm Lorraine Genia. Bye for now.